Car Championship on the BARC's 2.4-mile circuit at Thruxton near Andover. But as ever, all the teams have got a major problem caused by the track's very abrasive surface. In a word, that problem's tyres, because this year each car is allowed just 6 tyres for practice and the race. And believe it or not, that's not too many to find the best setup, qualify for your grid position and do the 20 race laps. So there's a lot to think about as championship leader Will Hoy talks about tyres, strategy and prospects.
Thruxton, as you know, is a very tough circuit on tyres, and you've really got to, I mean, okay, we've got to stay out at the front, but we've got to conserve our tyres as well. And the problem is, if you've got somebody sitting on your bumper pushing you, then you've also got to think about, you know, this tyre conservation. So it's always going to be a bit of a compromise. But the person, you know, you might, if you look after your tyres over, you know, the first 10, 15 laps, and for sure the last 5 laps you'll be okay.
Dunlop came up with a new construction and a new compound. That produced some super times at Donington, new lap records, and they were good for 20 laps. In fact, we tested the following week and did another 50 or 60 laps with the same tyres. Hate predictions, but I would think that you'll see 2 Vauxhalls in the top 2 somewhere.
Not quite the top 2 on the grid, though. Second and third, in fact, with Jeff Allam and John Cleland in their Cavaliers, following pole position holder Will Hoy's BMW. Christian Danner from Germany's with Cleland on row 2, then the BMWs of Jonathan Palmer and Tim Harvey. Row 4, Ray Belm's BMW and Andy Rouse's Toyota, ahead of Gary Ailes's Toyota and Nick Baird's BMW. 21 on the grid, and it's going to be a fascinating battle between the rear-wheel drive BMWs, the front-wheel drive Vauxhalls and Toyotas, the Fords, the Nissan and the Mitsubishi, all of them with 2-litre engines pumping out some 250 horsepower. Ready on the grid then as they come up to assemble. In the front row on the left is Will Hoy. Number 6 is John Cleland in the Vauxhall. And Will Hoy jumps the start. He can be penalised for that. And he stopped, gets away. And it's a terrific start by John Cleland in the Vauxhall. He just drives straight between Will Hoy and his teammate Jeff Allam, and he takes the lead. Now we're in car with Jonathan Palmer. That's Allam ahead, and John Cleland is ahead of him. First to second and third then, into the complex. It's Cleland, Allam, Palmer and Hoy. Tim Harvey behind them in 5th position. They all stream through the complex, Campbell, Cobb and Seagrave. On towards the left-hander at Noble. We're in car now with Andy Rouse, and that's Gary Ailes who's just passed us. Gary Ailes, who was 4th at Donington, and he is Andy Rouse's teammate. Both of them in the Toyota Carinas. This new 2-litre car, it's its first appearance at Thruxton. Church, Cleland leads, Allam is second. There are Hoy and Palmer and Harvey, Tim Harvey, and now we're in car with Harvey in 5th position. That's Jonathan Palmer ahead. So it's the Vic Lee BMW versus the Works BMW of ex-Grand Prix driver Jonathan Palmer. Number 22 inside, coming down to the end of the lap. The club chicane. In car then with Tim Harvey. Palmer ahead. Through to the end of the lap. And in the lead, it's John Cleland, tucked up. Tight behind him is his teammate, his Vauxhall teammate. Behind us now, that's Jeff Allam. So there they go. Cleland, Allam, Will Hoy in 3rd position. Jonathan Palmer is in 4th place. Tim Harvey is 5th. Christian Danner, the German, is in 6th position. Now already the 2 Vauxhalls are pulling away. You can see the gap that's developing, and it looks to me as though they're driving to team orders. And here's a replay of the start. We're with Cleland. Pole position on the right is Will Hoy, and it's Jeff Allam on the left, and look, straight through the middle goes John Cleland. An absolutely perfect start in the front-wheel drive Vauxhall, and he's still got the lead. And that could make all the difference to John Cleland. He got the jump on his teammate Jeff Allam at the start, passed him, went through into the lead, and the Vauxhalls with their front-wheel drive and their new tyres are ideally suited to the fast sweepers here. And this is Tim Harvey. Tim Harvey going through, chasing Jonathan Palmer. Palmer's still got that 4th position. And Tim Harvey's doing his very best to get it away from him. They are both in M3 2-litre BMWs, and the rest of them go streaming through. There's Frank Sitner. Now we're with Frank Sitner, who is the ex-British touring car champion, of course, and he's obviously not happy with his car. Thumbs down, he gives the camera, and Ray Bell now in the blue BMW is starting to challenge. He's chasing the Toyota, and we're looking back now from Andy Rouse's Toyota at Ray Bell. Ray is in 9th position. On the left there, Andy Rouse is in 8th position. It's still John Cleland leading, Jeff Allen 2nd, Will Hoy is 3rd, Jonathan Palmer is in 4th place. We're with Tim Harvey, who is 5th, chasing Palmer. That's Palmer ahead of us, and just behind us is Christian Danner. Now you can see the way they set the cars up. Absolutely flat this is. Approaching Church, the right-hander, which leads on to Brooklands, the fastest part of the course. And this is it. Into the right-hander at Church. Mind the bump on the right. Down to the chicane. And Tim Harvey edging up alongside Jonathan Palmer, going through and taking that position from him. Going through into 4th position. Yes! No! Because who's got the line? Jonathan Palmer's got the line, absolutely on the ragged edge. Terrific scrap this is. Palmer 4th, Harvey 5th, and behind them in 6th position, it's Danner, and now Harvey goes through. Tim Harvey up into 4th position, and Danner is right up on the rear wheel of Jonathan Palmer's BMW. Christian Danner challenging his teammate for 5th position as they go into the complex. So, there's Palmer on the right. We're through. Danner up into 5th position. Now he's chasing Tim Harvey. So it's BMW. Now we're with the Toyota of Andy Rouse, 8th position. Teammate Gary Ailes in front of him. Ailes, who finished 4th at Donington, ex-Formula 3 driver, and he's translated brilliantly to touring cars. So, Andy Rouse we're with. Ahead of us is Gary Ailes. Ahead of him, the BMWs of Palmer, Danner, and Tim Harvey. Now look at this. You can almost feel the car rocking on the suspension. Two-litre Toyota engine, first time at Thruxton. And smoke and flames from Gary Ailes' car, and Andy Rouse goes through, up into 7th position. There is Ailes. We're looking back at him now. He is in 8th position, and off goes just married Andy Middlehurst. Painted on the back of his Ford, he's out of the race. And now we're in car with Andy Rouse, 7th position. And that is Jonathan Palmer in the BMW in front of us. He's in 6th position. Race order. Cleland leads, Allen 2nd, Will Hoy is 3rd, Tim Harvey is 4th. Christian Danner is 5th. That's the 6th place man, Jonathan Palmer, ahead of us. And we are 7th with Andy Rouse. 4 times British touring car champion in different makes of car. Now he's in the Toyota. New to British touring car racing, and Andy's firm have built it up to race performance. And here are the leaders. John Cleland, Jeff Allen behind him. Will Hoy is only about a second behind in 3rd position. The man who broke the lap record in practice to take pole position, who's won twice this year, but he's having to give best to the Vauxhalls at the moment. And this is Hoy. Will Hoy, left-hand drive. BMW, rear-wheel drive. And it's the 2 front-wheel drive Vauxhalls ahead of him as he goes down through the box. Right, left, right at the chicane. Now, foot hard down, power it away, trying to close up on the Vauxhalls. And that's the race order on lap 6. Cleland, Allen, Hoy. It's the 2 Vauxhalls in front of 4 BMWs. There's only 2 Vauxhalls in the race, and they're leading all the BMWs. With Frank Sitner now. Remember, he gave the thumbs down, and he's unhappy. Into the pits. Well, and I think this is going to be, it is. Frank Sitner gets out of the car. Slam goes the door. Frank's not happy.
Misfire. Forget it.
Misfire. Forget it. And Frank's forgotten it. Out of the race, out of the car, standing in the pit lane, but on go the Toyotas. That's Andy Rouse, 7th. Gary Ailes, there he is in 8th position, and behind him you'll see the blue BMW of Ray Belm in 9th place, and Ray is gaining. There he is, Ray Belm, 4 times world sports car champion. This is his first real season in touring cars in the BMW, and he's closing up on the Toyota of Gary Ailes in front of him, challenging for 8th position. We're riding and looking back from Andy Rouse's Toyota. There it is, and that is Jonathan Palmer.